an interesting question. Well, my name is Demar. My friends and family call me Dems. That's my alias. I'm a Jamaican who migrated to Canada. Came as an international student, now a permanent resident of Canada, living in the beautiful city of Grand Prairie, Alberta. Now, it's very hard to answer that question to tell you about myself. It all depends on what facet of my life you're asking about. But generally, just a fun-loving, adventurous, humble, and kind individual. If I had to use an emoji to describe my personality, I'd probably use the one that is always smiling, because I'm somebody who's always smiling in spite of the situation, in spite of the circumstances. I always try to see the positive in everything, and because of that, I'm always smiling. And plus, if you are somebody who messages me a lot, you know that I usually put that smiley emoji behind most of my messages anyway. So I think that's the one that would best describe my personality. Always smiling. Well, Grand Prairie is a city located in Alberta, in case you guys don't know, and that's where I moved to with my family when I moved to Canada. Now, when I moved to Canada as an international student, I've never traveled before. I have no idea of what to expect of a Canadian society, and Grand Prairie was a community that embraced me and my family openly. We find that it was very easy to get opportunities, and the people were friendly for the most part. So we were able to grow, we were able to develop, and because of that, we felt a sense of obligation to promote the city so that other persons who are looking for the same opportunities can know that there's such a place called Grand Prairie, and it's not always about the big city. So when I was coming here, there wasn't much about it on the internet, so that's why I have a sense of obligation to promote the city of Grand Prairie, because it changed my life and it transformed my family's life. So because of that, I am very passionate about it so that other persons can know that this place exists. Well, I've accomplished so much. If I had to choose one, I would have to say creating a life that I'd hoped for. Now, my journey wasn't easy in the beginning. I was one of those persons who had to do everything on my own. Family is there, but we didn't really have the guidance in the inception. So where I'm at right now is a result of hard work and determination. So creating a life that I would never imagine I would have had for myself and for my family, I would say that is my greatest accomplishment to this date, presently. Because things are cooking, so other accomplishments are coming. As you accomplish things, you know you want more things. So with that being said, presently, that is my biggest and greatest accomplishment, that I can give my daughters the life that I never had and teach them the things that I have never learned. What is my hidden talent? Well, a lot of persons don't know that I can cook. So I would say cooking is my hidden talent. I know my way around the kitchen. Now, most of my culinary experience is in Jamaican cuisine, but I'm kind of getting familiar with the Canadian cuisine as well. Mashed potatoes, your steak, or whatever kind of thing. So my hidden talent is my ability to chef up pretty much anything in the kitchen. And that is something that I take pride in, because when I am cooking, it's like a time to reflect. It's a time to just take it easy and just explore. So I think cooking is my hidden talent, and I always joke and say that in my past life I was a chef. So if you know, you know. Well, people misunderstand a lot of things about me, but one of the things that I think people misunderstand is because I'm humble and because we are low-key, people always think that we are quiet and we are religious and we are like not outgoing and we don't like do fun stuff. But it's contrary actually, because we actually like doing fun stuff. We listen to dancehall. Like sometimes like I post some stories on my Instagram or on TikTok and people like, "Them, you know that song there?" I'm like, "Yeah," and stuff like that. So I think people misunderstand because of growth sometimes and because of the way or you are. People think that you are not about that life, but I am about that life. So let me say that. Well, weird is relative, depending on who you ask. Some people might find what I'm about to say pretty normal, While some persons are probably gonna say, yo, that's so weird. And that is, I cannot have my egg without ketchup. Now, tell me, guys, drop a comment and let me know. Are you one of those persons who cannot have egg without ketchup? Because my wife tells me that that's pretty weird, but I think that's pretty normal. So if I had to say one thing that people say is weird about me, is that I eat ketchup with my egg, and pretty much ketchup with everything as well. So yeah. Entrepreneurship. Now, my passion is to become an entrepreneur, every sense of the word. So entrepreneurship is a journey that I've been on since last year. We started our first business last year, but we want to take it to the next level, because one of my goals is to become a serial entrepreneur. So that is something that I will be working on, and I am currently on a journey to get that started. Now, if you guys are watching this video and you know any avenue that I can go to get startup funding, or if you know where I can get like angels investor in Alberta, in Canada, in Grand Prairie, help me out, send it my way, right? Because there's so many things that we'd like to do, but of course funding is always an issue. So if you guys know a way that it can make happen, make it work. Who are some of my favorite YouTubers? Well, I have quite a few, and it depends on the content. Now, I watch a lot of travel content, I watch a lot of cooking content, I watch a lot of different types of content. So I would definitely give a huge shout out to Mark Goldbridge. But I'm a huge soccer fan, so the United stand, that's where I spend most of my time until Nats know his voice and doesn't like his voice. I'd say I watch Mark Wiens. Mark Wiens is somebody who we have watched since being in Jamaica, even before coming to Canada. And huge shout out to Wadamaya. Wadamaya, we've been watching Wadamaya for years now, and he finally made it to Jamaica a couple months ago. So huge shout out, and tag him as well, tag him in this video, because we've been watching Wadamaya's journey and his passion for the African continent as a young man, and how humble he is. So I'd say we watch a lot of Wadamaya, I watch a lot of United Stand, and definitely a lot of Mark Wiens. What would I like my audience to know? Now, let's talk to my YouTube audience first. First, I would like to say thank you guys so much for supporting our channel. And if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please take a second to hit that subscribe button and become a part of the DiAndersons family. Drop a comment as well. Let us know what you think about this video. And welcome to all the persons who are joining the family recently. I want you guys to know that we're here to stay. We're not going anywhere. We're only getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. The DiAndersons family, we're going to continue giving you guys reliable content, different space in the Canadian journey, and follow our lives. We always share our journey unfiltered. We will continue to do that, and we'll always give back in any way we can. So we're not going away. And for all the persons who are in Grand Prairie, we want to say thank you guys so much for embracing us into your community and for taking care of us. And we look forward to much bigger and better things with partnership with Grand Prairie and the residents of Grand Prairie. Wow, so many challenges. Now, if you guys have been following my journey, you guys would have known that when I landed in Canada, I was broke in every sense of the word. I landed by all our expenses was paid, school fee was paid, airfare was covered. All of those things was taken care of. When all of those things was taken care of, I only ended up with 100 Canadian dollars remaining in my bank account. No job, no support. So I had to get a job immediately. So that was a challenge for me, because somebody who has never traveled before, I didn't know what to expect. So I had to unlearn a lot of things as well and relearn a lot of things. Now, the Jamaican society is very different than a Grand Prairie or a Canadian society. So those are some of the challenges. And let's talk about the weather for a little bit. Now, that first winter, it doesn't matter what you do, you will never be fully prepared for it. Because that was something that caught me off guard. I thought I was prepared, but I wasn't really prepared. So The weather was a big challenge, and integration and money was a huge challenge toward my first transitional period into Canada. Woo. What I would say is definitely do it, but do it calculatedly. Make sure that you are doing your research properly and you're making a decision based on you. You're not making a decision based on someone else. Do what's best for you and your family. Now, you always find your why for migrating. And if you can't find your why, do what I did. Find your who. The person who you want to migrate for. So, if you have your why or you have your, then migrating is definitely something that you can consider. Again, calculatedly. Make sure that you're doing your research as to where you're going. Make sure you know the cost of living, cost of rent, job opportunities, transportation, the essentials of life. How hard, how easy is to transition into the community that you're thinking to go. So do your research and make sure that your planning is on spot on. So that would be my biggest advice. Surpassed my expectations. Now, being in Canada now for 5 years, I was able to purchase my first home, purchase a new car, started a business, big things. So these are things that we wanted to accomplish, but we thought that it would have taken us a lot longer than it actually happened. Now, it is something that you have to be prepared for, because the first couple months, the first couple years can be very challenging because it's a transitional period. So you have to be prepared for that as well. So the reality versus expectation will all depends on how prepared you are. How much research did you do before making the transition into a Canadian society? Can I share some of my favorite things about Grand Prairie? Let me take a sip of my orange juice. One of my favorite things about living in Grand Prairie is how convenient the city is. Because it's a smaller city, everything is relatively close. 5, 10, 15 minutes take you around the city, so that's pretty convenient. When I go to the bigger or the urban areas, I find it like frustrating to be driving for 25 minutes, 35 minutes to just get to a Walmart or to just get to a superstore when everything is just 10 minutes away. So that's one of the things that I like the most. The other thing that I like is it's a sense of community. So Grand Prairie residents generally love Grand Prairie. So you have a sense of community, which is very important if it is, especially because you want to become an entrepreneur. That community mindset, I think, is very important. So I really, really admire that about Grand Prairie. And it's a land of opportunities. If you're looking for a place that will give you the opportunity to grow and to integrate and to excel in whatever field you are looking at, Grand Prairie is the place to be. That's why I do family content. So what we share is our everyday life. So doing content is really just geared around living our life. It's not something different. It's connected. So now doing YouTube videos is even a part of our lifestyle. That is something that is so embedded in us that, you know what? It doesn't even feel like work. And that's why we love it so much. So on and all though, there are times when you can get so busy just filming videos. You go to an event, you don't get to be in the moment. So sometimes you have to remind yourself that it's very important to be in the moment as well. So sometimes you have to put down the camera, put down all of your stuff, and just be with your family in the event, enjoy whatever event it is, and then pick up the camera back another time. So there are times when you definitely have to do that, but for the most part, it's an easy balance for us. Well, I still cook Jamaican food with Canadian ingredients. So if you know anything about that, you know that it's kind of like a second level Jamaican food, but it is still a taste of home. So we still keep our cuisine, and of course, we still talk Jamaican language. We still talk patois. As you can hear, my patois is still authentic. So we still talk our language, and even our daughters, we still talk patois with them so they can understand the Jamaican dialect. And in terms of custom, rice and peas on Sundays, I'm a rice and peas guy, so yeah, we cook rice and peas every Sunday. Not so much soup on Saturdays because it's so hard to find the ingredients, but I definitely think that those are some of the cultural nuances of Jamaica that we have brought with us to Canada, really from a food perspective. a language perspective. Not so much entertainment because the entertainment scene is a little bit different. So yeah, so work in progress. Well, what motivated me to start my business? Well, from a tender age, I had identified that entrepreneurship is my passion. I'm one of those persons who can probably sell you something that you have already owned, kind of thing. So from an early age, I've identified that. So entrepreneurship is something that I've always been passionate about. So as soon as I was able to complete school in college, in Canada, sorry, that was a thing that was very important to me. So that was what motivated me to start my business on on the road or in pursuit of becoming a full-time entrepreneur, which is something that I'm starting to work on right now. Definitely. Oh, what a question! What a question! What a question! Well, first and foremost, we're still permanent residents, so citizenship is definitely number one on our list, which is coming up in another couple of months. So as soon as we get that, we take that off the list. But Malia, just to make sure that we create an environment for her to excel, for her to learn all the things that we didn't learn until we were old or older. So just to create a financial independent environment that when they grow up, they don't have to worry about getting um, like a house and stuff like that. Like we didn't have anything. We had to start from zero. We didn't have a house that was passed on to us or support like that. So we want to make sure that we create that foundation for them. Business wise, they have something that they can call their own, that brings in or generate that income for them. So that's something that we're looking forward to. We're looking to dominate in case you guys haven't figured that out already. We're not just here to fit in, we're here to dominate. So watch out, the Andersons are coming. Yeah, thank you for watching this video, guys. If you like it, please be sure to let us know in the comment section. What did you think about this video? Share your thoughts so we can know where to improve and what you guys want to see. Also, guys, that thumbs up button, click on it. Make sure that you're giving this video a like. It really helps us out. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please take a second to hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate it, guys. And if you haven't been following the Andersons channel, please be sure to watch previous videos by clicking on one of these videos located right over here or up there, so or down right there, so, and then you guys can definitely know what's going on. All right, see you guys in the next video. Peace.